Sort of cross down to Melbourne now, check up on these protests that have been created havoc for the last couple of days. 12 protesters have been arrested and a woman's glued herself to the road outside this mining conference in Melbourne. Gabriella Power is at the convention centre. Gabriella, how are things unfolding there today?
Chris, this protest has turned ugly. Protesters and police have not stopped clashing this morning. Now, two protesters have just scaled the building of the convention centre. They've harnessed themselves and they've climbed towards the top of this building. They seem to have just handed each other a banner. The crowd were cheering, and we'll just have to wait and see how this all unfolds. Protesters here, hundreds of them, have gathered again for a second day. They've been chanting, holding up banners, and some protesters have been targeting delegates that have flown in from around the world to be here today. Some of them have confronted the delegates, have been harassing them, yelling at them and even spitting on them. Now, police are out in full force. 12 people have been arrested so far. Police have been using a pepper spray. I spoke to one man who says that he was pushed to the ground by police.
The cops have been tussling with us all day. The levels of violence have continued to increase. Somebody almost broke their neck before by a cop I saw, very rudely grabbed around the neck, chokes. And so that was quite demonstrative and representative of the type of treatment these protesters have been getting all week.
The Green spokesperson for climate change, Adam Bant, is here, and he says we need to keep up the civil disobedience to get action on climate change.
We have to act, and we have to act now, and we have to come up with a plan to stop coal and phase out coal so that we have a safe climate for our kids and our grandkids. Keep up the peaceful, non-violent civil disobedience, because that is the way that we will get action from this climate-denying government. Thank you.
Protesters are showing no signs of slowing down. Many of them say they'll be back here again tomorrow.
They're a long way up there, Gabriella. You've literally left us hanging with that report. We'll see what happens to those protesters up those poles later on. Gabriella Power there.